Number 1 of your White Light Oracle reading. So this card choice is Seraph of 963 Hertz. That's a close-up of this beautiful card. This deck is very involved, so I'm going to read a little bit for you. Okay, Seraph of 963 Hertz. Practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you are guided to experiment and explore. Connecting to the joyful capacity of your heart will heal so much negativity and uncertainty. Let your heart relax. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest its miraculous magic. The tone of 963 Hertz unlocks the radiant luminosity of your light body. This body of light is the inner essence of your physical structure and yet is not constrained by it. Your light body is your internal interface between the spiritual plane and the physical plane. It is where healing, bliss, and inspiration flow unimpeded. The higher worlds transmit consciousness-raising light codes directly into your body of light, affirming your original soul note and preventing the ego from obscuring your spiritual light so that you can manifest your most authentic life's path. So this card speaks very highly to going after the joy and radiant luminosity of your light body and having fun in life. Now you can get on YouTube here and probably find meditation videos at 963 Hertz. If you can't find it on YouTube, you can probably find it on Google, but I would highly recommend finding some kind of meditation that you could use the 963 Hertz frequency with and do some visualization and meditation on your goal while you're listening to that tone. Let's go ahead and pull a couple Earth Magic cards. Okay, card 1, Meadow. Vulnerability, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and explore your inner world and your inner wants and desires. Really allowing yourself to be vulnerable to the process, because you'll probably discover that there's things that you want and goals that you have that you didn't even really give voice to ever before now. And now is the time to be able to go ahead and do that. And the second card is Mountain, Strength. So pull from that strength and that power of that frequency 963 Hertz and pull from the strength and power that you have, the strength of joy, the strength of happiness. All those are available to you right now to pull from. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. We're going to be using the Shadowscapes Tarot deck for this. We're going to draw 5 of these. Okay, 5 of Cups. Now this card here talks about kind of having a painful situation going on in life where you're stuck in the pain and you can't see that more is being offered to you. It's almost like the loss of a dream or the loss of a relationship or the loss of a goal. And it's really time to do some self-nurturing, okay? And to not get too caught up in the pain, because there's definitely more being offered to you. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Now, this card speaks to a little bit of financial fear, financial hardship, maybe some health challenges. If you're going through a health challenge, either physical or spiritual or any kind of a health challenge, I would definitely recommend doing some of these frequency meditations because they can really help align you and align your chakras and get your inner body in alignment with your mind and your heart so that you have a chance to heal and a chance to feel really good, okay? It seems like there's something going on in your life that you're very locked into the pain, very locked into the heartache of it, and it's time to kind of meditate and allow something good to come through. Okay, Knight of Swords. Now the Knights are saying the Knights always rush in, and sometimes that's the perfect advice and sometimes that's the worst advice. You would know best, but swords are intellectual, communication, and they fit along with the air signs. So Knights are a younger energy, a more aggressive energy. This is a figure out as you go kind of energy, jump in now. And I'm feeling like this is exactly what you need to do. You need to jump into something new and allow yourself to think about it intellectually as you're in it, and solutions will come to you on whatever this little adventure of yours is. The solutions will come to you as you go, but nothing's going to change until you jump in a different direction and change things. So whatever you're really almost dreaming about secretly, go for it. Step a foot into that direction, and you will be very happy that you did. Okay, Ten of Wands. This is an extremely happy home life, a very fulfilled and wonderfully abundant life. So this card always, to me, always speaks to being very, very grateful for all the things that we have right now. And every time that I count my blessings and I practice gratitude, I end up with more and more and more to be grateful for. So that card is just really speaking to you have so many wonderful things in your life, and the more you pay attention to what's going right, the more things will begin to go right for you. Okay, Four of Pentacles. That's a really neat little card there. Now the Four of Pentacles, pentacles are earth, material things, earth signs are the pentacles, and this is about enjoying the fruits of your labor, but also not becoming too miserly with what you have. The whole goal of having some abundance is to enjoy that abundance. So if you're working really hard and you're accumulating all those things that you want, that's wonderful, but at the same time, you've got to take some time out to enjoy it. Okay, that card just guards against being miserly. It guards against having kind of a poverty consciousness. So it guards against being afraid of wealth. There's no reason to be afraid of wealth. There's no reason to not welcome wealth into your life either. So let's go ahead and draw a couple of energy oracle cards. Healer of the Ages. So again, allow yourself to be healed. If you don't work with guides, I really invite you to begin working with guides. They can be an invaluable source of healing and restoration in your life. And broken heart number 9. So it's time to definitely feel the pain of what you're going through, but to not allow it to have any more power in your life than it really deserves. To not allow this to be bigger than it should be. We can have a lot of things that are very painful, but in Western culture, we are kind of trained to overreact. Overreacting has a tendency to go on an awful lot. And while we want to honor our pain, that's absolutely an acceptable thing to do. But this card here, the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, guards against getting locked into that pain. And when I'm locked into pain, it's usually because I'm overreacting about a situation. I'm giving it or someone way more power than the situation or the person deserves in my life. Okay, let's go ahead and pull a couple message cards. We're using the language of flowers now. Okay. Lenten rose, protection. Conserve what you have, save a little. So there's a very good balance. This is funny that this card came up because you've got the 4 of Pentacles guarding against being miserly. So it's good to save, but also to enjoy and to protect what you have earned and to protect it and use it the way you want to. It almost looks like you might be needing to protect it from another person. These are your resources. You earned them, you worked for them. You have a right to protect them and use them as you wish, okay? Next message card, Crocus. Breathe. What a beautiful flower. Breathe is the message of this card. Calm, rest, stop and just be. So really just take the time to enjoy your life and to enjoy the bounty of your life and to just have some more relaxation in your life, and it will work wonders for you. Well, those are the cards for your reading today, and I'm so glad you stopped by, and I will see you next time. Hello and welcome to card choice number 2 in the White Light Oracle reading. This card is number 43, Karma of Kutahala. I believe it's pronounced. What a gorgeous card this is. This deck's very involved, so I need to read from the book to give you your message for this card. It's a very deep deck. Okay, Karma of Kutuhala. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail and you shall arise. So this card is very much speaking to go for it. No matter what it is, go for it. Let's go ahead and pull a couple Earth Magic cards here. Love and compassion. So this card to me with this other card, the Karma of Kutuhala, is saying to go for what you want very lovingly and compassionately, and it is absolutely yours. And then we've got the River movement. So if you've been holding out or holding off, now's really the time to go for it. No more waiting, no more wanting things to be in alignment just so that your goal can go exactly as you see it going. Forget about all that and just go for it, whatever it is. Now we're going to draw some tarot We're going to draw 5 tarot cards, and I'm using the Shadowscapes tarot deck. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, Pentacles are material. Pentacles are also earth. They rule the earth signs. And the 3 of Pentacles is very much about study and learning and educating yourself about a particular way of making money. And all the while really enjoying this educational process. Being able to really get a lot out of what you're learning and enjoy it to the fullest extent. Okay, Knight of Wands. Wands are fire. They are always creative solution, and Knights are a very young, very jump-in energy. And this card in this reading with the surrounding cards is telling you to go for it and to get really creative and to jump in. And like I said with the River card, quit waiting for things to be perfect because they're never going to be. And that's just a way for you to not go after your dreams now. Sometimes we get locked into this idea that things need to be exactly just so before we can begin. Not so with you and this reading. This reading is really telling you to blow all caution to the wind and go for it. Okay, card 3. The Devil. The Devil always says to resist temptation. You've got some kind of temptation around you that is absolutely working against you. This can also be distractions, pulling you away from your goals, whatever your goal is to get this river moving. The Devil always speaks to temptations and distractions. So watch for that and don't allow stuff to come between you and what you want to do at this time. Ooh, the World card. This deck is so gorgeous. The artwork is really incredible. So the World card is one of the most successful cards in the deck. It's a major arcana card. And this card is telling you that success is yours. Go for it. It's like every card is in alignment with this go for it message. Okay, the Judgment card. Now, Judgment is completion of a cycle, and it's a very happy, fulfilling, abundant completion. So you have this to look forward to, that when you begin on this trail, that things are going to go your way very powerfully and very easily. It's almost going to be so smooth that you're almost not even going to be able to believe how smooth it is and how easy everything's going. So everything's in alignment right now for you to go ahead and succeed at whatever it is you're wanting to do. Okay, we're going to pull a couple energy oracle cards now. And the first one of this is adjacent possibilities. So always be on the lookout for other avenues or other ways to accomplish something. You know, like I was saying earlier, we can get locked into a certain idea or thing. And this is saying, nope, your solutions and your success is probably going to come from jumping in and taking action, and then solutions and ways of getting through your problems are going to reveal themselves as you are going through the process, okay, and not before then. Okay, Deceit. Now, this card is saying one of two things to me, so I'll give you both. The first one is guard against anybody in your life who could be sucking your energy dry or pulling you away from your goals, pulling you away from living the life you want to live, because those that truly love us actually want us to be raised up, not pulled down. So guard against being pulled down. And I definitely say that because look at this. Here it is. Here's its spot in the reading, right next to the Devil card. And also the Deceit card, the other meaning I wanted to share with you is don't deceive yourself out of action. It is the time for action. And I almost feel that this has been happening long enough, like you have found a way to kind of put off what you want to do. And that's gone on absolutely too long now. And it's really time to go for it. So those are the two meanings of that card. I would really guard against people trying to pull you down, or situations that might be pulling you down. I would guard against getting involved in anything like that, because your energy can be very fragile at times, and we only have so much energy every day to spend. So I've had to learn in my life how to use it wisely and how to not be pulled in a bunch of different directions. So now we're going to pull a couple message cards. And the first one of these, this one fell out. It is anemone. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Forgive me if I'm not. And the message is optimism. Look up and look brightly. So again, this really says that the way you think it's going to all look and play out is probably not the way it's going to play out, and it's probably going to play out even better than you're imagining. So that's a great card. Ooh, and then you've got belladonna, silence, listen more, and quiet be. So listen to that inner guidance that you have, and when your gut is telling you to stay away from situations or people, absolutely listen to yourself and give your instincts the respect and power that they deserve, because your instincts are good instincts, and they're there to guide you and protect you and get you to move when you need to move. So definitely be listening on the inside of yourself for any kind of promptings. So what a powerful reading this has been, and I am so glad you stopped by, and I will see you next time. Hey, welcome to card choice number 3. This card is number 22 in the White Light Oracle deck, and I do not know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to do my best. Isof Ior. I probably really butchered that. But let's go ahead and read what this card has to say. This deck's very deep, and so it does require a little bit of reading out of the book. A way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success and admiration. Be graceful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. So definitely enjoy all the bright lights and glitter and beauty, but just remember that your power comes from within. That's the message I'm getting from this card. Okay, and of course apply your intuitional feeling of this card. She's got light coming in to her crown chakra and or her third eye chakra. To me, it looks like. So there is so much spiritual wisdom to be had right now in your life, and all we've got to do is just open up to that. It's very easily available to all of us. So we're going to draw 2 Earth Magic cards now. Ooh, iceberg submerged. Now this card always says to me, you know, with the iceberg you can see the tip, but there is so much more going on that we don't see. And that is the case with you. That is the case with what you're doing. And keeping secret some of your goals is a great idea at this time, and not being out there and being completely open all the time. That would actually kind of work against you. If you take the message of being mysterious at this time, and definitely not meanly closed off, but definitely mysterious and keeping things to yourself and not allowing all of your stuff out there. People are going to be so intrigued by you, and that could definitely help to serve you, but you keeping things quiet keeps the power of what you're trying to accomplish intact. When we talk about what we're doing or what our goals are, sometimes that can really be counterproductive to us because it releases energy that is much needed to get the goal done, if you know what I'm saying. So this might be that fragile beginning stages of what you're really trying to accomplish, and being secretive and mysterious is the absolute best way to handle it. Okay, lotus flower unfoldment. You know, we can let people know. It's always better to show people than to tell people, and to allow the unfoldment to happen, and more have the people around us see the unfoldment of our growth or of us realizing our goals rather than hearing us talk about it. So that's going to bring you so much power right now to show rather than tell, and to not show before the time is right. And you will know what that time is by your inner wisdom and guidance. So we're going to draw some tarot now. And this is the Shadowscapes tarot deck that we're using today. 3 of Swords, some heartache going on and some heartbreak going on. And I always say that if you're in pain, allow yourself to feel that pain and to grieve that pain so that you can truly move past it. And sometimes that just doesn't feel possible, but I promise you that it is possible and that you will get through it. So the emotional heartache is necessary for all of us to go through sometimes. And it's okay for you to be going through it right now and to just really feel it. Okay, the Death card. So with this pain card, I'm wondering if maybe you have recently lost someone physically from the physical world, and it is absolutely okay to grieve and take that time. Now, if it's the death of a relationship or the death of some kind of painful situation, then this card is telling you to put that situation to death, whatever it is, and you have that wisdom. You know exactly what that situation is. It's something that is causing you true, undeniable pain, and it's time to put it to death. Now, the World card, this is having true success. This is one of the most successful cards in the deck. So we do need to feel our pain and we do need to grieve, but we also need to allow ourselves to move forward, and that can be so difficult at times, but we are in the land of the living, and we will always have connections to those that pass before us. I believe that dying absolutely does not stop those lines of communication from happening, and that may not even be anything you're dealing with right now, but if you are, just know that you can always talk to that person and they will answer you very creatively, okay? But success is yours now, and it's time for you to take it. So the next card, Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. She has a very powerful message. All the queens have stepped into their power. They know exactly who they are, and they know exactly what they want out of life. And the Queen of Swords is always battle ready, but she's more inclined to come to a deal. She's more inclined to come to a compromise. She wants a win-win situation. The Queen of Swords is always looking for a win-win. So whatever situations you have going on in your life right now, a win-lose will not work to your advantage at this time. You want to try to create a win-win situation. And if that's not possible, then you may need to put your foot down and set a really strong and clear boundary, and that's perfectly acceptable too. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is the Knights are very action-oriented, so this is really saying to quietly get into action. So much of your reading here is about working in secret and allowing things to unfold at their own time, and to really be in the work and in the action secretly and powerfully right now. Okay, I love this deck, and what a powerful reading this is turning out to be here. So now we're going to go ahead and pull 2 energy oracle cards and see what they have to say. And the first one of those is action. Well, there you go. Need I say more? Getting into action, so important for you. And we can grieve and be in action at the same time too, by the way. Sometimes we just need to stop and grieve. But it's looking like whatever's going on with you, that the heartache will be cured within the taking action for you at this time. Angel of Balance. So just keeping a balance and knowing that you can keep things to yourself and be secretive, and that is perfectly acceptable to do. Allowing your life to have balance, allowing you to have that alone time you need balanced with being around others. Now we're going to draw 2 Language of the Flowers message cards. And the first one is Agapanthus. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Words of love. Speak with your heart. So we can be very loving, and we can even lovingly set boundaries too. Sometimes I get, I'll get in a situation where I need to set a boundary, and I think I need to be all firm and verbally combative when I'm setting a boundary, and that's not always true. We can set boundaries very lovingly and very firmly. And I don't know why I got on the topic of boundaries, but my intuition said to bring it up, so there you go. And the second message card is Nasturtium. Grounding is the message. The beginning is where you need to be. So just start at the beginning and allow yourself to move through this whole process easily and smoothly. This looks like such a fun situation you're in. I love to keep things secret when I'm working on stuff. It's really fun to have a delicious little secret that's all yours until you're ready to share it. And you don't have to share it until that moment feels just right to you. So this is your reading for this week, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm so glad you stopped by, and I will see you next time.